Hello, Prophet Ronald Dwayne Whitfield recording in the United States on Sunday, October 20, 2019. Perhaps last night it was God that caused me to realize that with respect to the impeachment issues regarding President Donald Trump as it relates to Ukraine, I'll begin this way. In the state of Texas, we have misdemeanors and we have felonies and we have state jail felonies. We have different levels or degrees for these felonies and misdemeanors. In the class of misdemeanors, we have Class A, which is the highest misdemeanor that can be committed. We have Class B, a lower level, and we have Class C, such as speeding, running a red light. In Texas, these are called crimes. These are crimes. Running a red light, speeding, and others of the like. Now, the United States Constitution, Article 2, Section 3, or Section 2, I don't know. I'm talking from the top of my head right now. But if I'm not mistaken, the President of the United States can be removed from office for high crimes and misdemeanors. Now, the conjunction "and" does not have a modifier in front of it, such as crimes does. So, is not misdemeanor a crime? Yes, it is. So, why did the framers of the Constitution state high crimes and misdemeanors? Misdemeanor is a crime, and so when I was studying the laws on President Clinton when I was incarcerated in hell, if I'm not mistaken, I found that what I understood him to be desired to be impeached for was one of them was a Class D felony, and so I considered that not to be a high crime. So the President of the United States can be impeached for high crimes and, let's say, high misdemeanors. That's confusing to me, I must admit. And perhaps Congress or the Supreme Court or the federal courts below the Supreme Court have never had to deal with this. Okay, so obviously if the President of the United States came to Texas and committed a misdemeanor, Class A, Class B, Class C misdemeanor, would we remove the President of the United States, impeach him for committing a Class C misdemeanor? Now, we know the presidents do not drive automobiles, but assume that somehow he was issued a citation for operating a motor vehicle without a license or passing failure to stop at a red light. Whatever the misdemeanor might be, but it'd be a Class C for which he cannot go to jail, just be given a citation. Will Congress impeach him? Having said all that, I said all that to say this: we have a separation of power. Congress does not have the power to. Now I'm talking from inspiration. They do not want me to study the Constitution. They don't. People, if I'm not in real estate, the people that do this for a living, if you corrupt, you don't want me into real estate. You don't want me into oil and gas. You don't want me into your area of law. People that dealing with impeachment, you would rather I not go into that. Now, but I do know this, people. Congress cannot, or rather the House of Representatives cannot file with the clerk of the House articles for impeachment of President Donald John Trump, and I'm not sure how they do their business with how they introduce articles of impeachment, where they file them. Do they file them with the committee, subcommittee, or whatever? But I do know that Congress has to wait until the other branch of government, which is the judiciary, deal with if Trump committed a crime regarding this Ukraine matter, for which Congress think it can impeach him, even if they hold a formal vote. Until only the judiciary has the authority. That's why we have separation of power, to declare whether or not President Trump has committed a crime. Only the judiciary, only a judge can render a judgment. So Congress, in other words, if President Donald Trump is charged with some crime regarding, based on a phone call or whatever, they saying that his crime was, because that's the only way he can be removed, is for committing what they call, the Constitution refers to as a high crime or misdemeanor. So it takes the Justice Department, the FBI, to investigate, the Justice Department to lay this before a grand jury, to impound one, and if the grand jury returns an indictment against the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and if he be convicted and judgment be rendered and his appeals to the Supreme Court be unsuccessful, then and only then can Congress proceed to impeach the president. And I think that's how they did a federal judge by the name of Samuel B. Kenton. I once had him to be assigned as a federal judge in one of the lawsuits I brought, where I was forced to put my penis inside a round bottle like this here while traveling on a prison bus, where other prisoners were allowed to put their penis, because this is what we were given to urine in. And to this judge, this did not violate any God-given rights that I had, or the federal Constitution. Didn't violate it. So he dismissed it. But this same judge has been impeached and removed from office. I think he resigned before they could impeach him. But the point is, Congress had to wait. Congress waited until after he had been went through the court process, and I think he tendered his resignation. I forget all the details or the particulars, but that's the same way it works with the President of the United States. First, he has to be charged with, convicted for, punished for, sentenced for, and imprisoned for. Well, he could get probation, you understand? But in any event, I'm telling the world now, prove me wrong, make me like a damn fool, because if I'm God-less prophet, I have to know what I'm talking about. I can't just jump out there, but I'm jumping out there and I ain't even studied the Constitution. I'm just that great. I'm just that goddamn great. I know we have separation of power. I know the legislative is charged with making the law, Congress. I know that the President of the United States is charged with executing the law, seeing that the law is being faithfully executed, among other roles that the President of the United States plays. And I know that the courts, the judicial branch, is charged with not interpreting the law, but adjudicating the law in the various cases or disputes that come before the court by declaring what the law is. Declaring, and I think, for example, under Texas Code, Criminal Procedure Article 4201, Section 1 defines a judgment. And I think is the right word here now to use. Section 8 declares that in the event of a conviction the judgment shall reflect that the accused, now defendant, is adjudged guilty as declared as found by verdict of the jury or the judge, and that he be punished or she be punished in accordance with the jury's verdict or the findings of the court, which is declaring the law. So I'm almost done. I just want people that love Trump, that don't want us to go through this nonsense, to realize that we have a separation of power. Only the courts can declare whether President Donald Trump has committed a crime. And if he has committed a crime, a high crime or a misdemeanor, then Congress, after the courts have concluded their adjudication of the matter, if should it be brought, then Congress can step in and now let's remove him. Let's remove him from office. He's been convicted in the courts of committing a crime. Let's remove him. That's the way that works. But you know, it's been so much corruption, and from, I guess, the beginning of our government, the beginning, either it was just overlooked by those who wrote the Constitution, but still, maybe it's because Justice Marshall, at some point, Justice Marshall declared that the Supreme Court of the judiciary is a co-equal branch of government. And I have issues with that, but regardless, we do have a separation of power, and rightly so. Only the courts can declare whether or not the conduct of President Trump constitutes a high crime or misdemeanor, not Congress. Congress is just a lawmaker. They have it has other functions, such as like people read this case called Steele versus Citizen for a Better Environment, volume 118, Supreme Court Reporter, beginning at page 1003 and not, I believe, 1006. I use the word believe intentionally. Whether the United States Supreme Court has an opinion telling you all what I'm telling you, just about, there is a separation of power. Congress just can't just go because they vote. Congress does not have it's a separation of power. Congress don't have the authority given it by the federal Constitution, and it surely can't get it by an act of Congress itself to declare whether or not the President of the United States has committed a high crime or misdemeanor. Only the judiciary can do that. And now that I think about it, I think President Clinton was railroaded. He's supposed to have been a lawyer. We go on because others have not said anything or whatever is going on. But because I was thinking, and it had to have been God, because I spoke to God in a dream in 1994, and since then I have not, directly talked to God, and God appeared to me in the body of a female, not a man. So that was, yeah. But last night it come upon me like the Holy Spirit, y'all, and I realized that how the hell can Congress impeach President Donald Trump unless the judiciary acts and declares as a matter of law or judge him to be guilty of the crime. I can't over 14 minutes. I'm going to use the whole 20 minutes to make Congress act, and we supposed to be damn fools. It's funny. But I'm going to change my attitude for a while. I think I want to mimic President Trump a little bit. I don't want to be so angry I can express myself without using so much profanity. But, because I know you all are stiff-necked people, and I know you all are stupid and crazy. But, I'm not going to let this give me a heart attack, because, I don't really care too much about men. Y'all got dicks, I got a dick, so I don't give a damn. If God wipes us off the face of the world, I just care about women. I don't give a damn about no man. I care about my child. Of course, he's a male, but I don't give a damn. So, in other words, Well, y'all just don't know. I give a damn what God do to another man. I'm trying to warn you, stupid warn us about things, and y'all think I'm stupid or people won't help me get. Look, man, I'm here to do good, man. You know, y'all got me screwed up. Y'all don't know me. I don't give a damn about. I don't care about being famous in front of stupid people. Stiff neck. God called you all stiff neck people. I don't, y'all. What y'all think of? I don't give a doggone about y'all thinking I'm great. It doesn't matter to me. At once, but I know I'm great. So I'm just, I'm just trying to. So that's not. So in other words, help me get my videos so the world can know what the heck is going on. I'm not after your flattery. Pat me on my back or whatever it is that y'all think. I just want the world to know the truth. That's how I want the world to know what y'all doing is wrong. I want y'all to know that y'all are wrong about judgment. Y'all are wrong about sin. Y'all are wrong about righteousness. That's what I want. All that they're trying to that don't do nothing for me. Just like okay, and I'm almost done. People be telling me, I apologize. Apology doesn't do anything for me. Some people be wanting and expecting an apology, not me. That's gonna make me angry with you, cause I'm, like you playing with me. You gonna rape my wife, or do something, take my child from me, and think you can apologize to me, and I'm okay. Yeah, thank you, appreciate that. That'll get you hurt. That'll get you hurt. So yeah, don't play with me. Don't play with me. And I notice when President Trump talks, sometimes he'll just pause. Not that I don't think he's thinking about the next thing he wants to say. He just pauses, and I think I think I saw someone else do that, and I think that's something I want to do when I'm talking. Just stop and just for a minute. But yes, until or unless. Well, how can we? And Attorney General Barr. Attorney General Barr, United States Attorney General Barr, he can be impeached if he does not comply with the law. He has to uphold the law. So don't use that Attorney William Barr is not going to, and the FBI is not going to investigate. And just like in Richard Nixon's case, well, that was back then. The Attorney General, you had an unindicted president in the Watergate issue. But, while I go through this here, we have to let's do this then. You look at what a high crime is. So let Congress, if we want to go this route, and then you think William Barr is violating, trying to protect Trump, then you look at what the law says. And then you look at, for example, a person commits an offense if a person does this, does that, who, what, when, so all the elements. So you look at, Congress needs to identify whatever crime that they want to, it alleges that President Trump did that constitutes a high crime. I've yet heard anyone, I hear him talking about quid pro something, I forget what it was, quid pro something. Okay, then let's figure out what that is. That's offer of favor. And then here's the transcript of the call. Now, you know how to read, and I know how to read. And so, according to what I'm hearing, I haven't looked at, but see, no one has identified what the crime is. So, I guess the crime is the quid pro quo, whatever that. Okay, but where? Where? You think the president of the United States, come on, man. He knows his calls are being recorded. He knows his calls are being recorded. He knows they're listening. And so yet, knowing this here, we have to believe that the president of the United States is going to commit a crime knowing his calls are being recorded. This is so 20 minutes I can hear in this video.